everyone. Today we are going to make a cute little Easter bunny. Really simple, sweet, and easy for all ages to create. So let's start by going over the things you're going to need. You're going to need a blank piece of paper, a pencil, and an eraser. You will need a black permanent marker, and you can either use yellow and pink or any other colors you like. I have yellow and pink crayons, or these other water resistant markers. These are alcohol markers, so these are water resistant, so you can either use crayon for the watercolor crayon resist, or you can use the marker for the resist piece as well. Pretty simple. Plus, we also want to use our favorite watercolors. And mine are looking pretty beat up still, but still doing good. And lastly, you'll need a cup of water and a paintbrush. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with our bunny today. The first thing we're going to want to do is we're going to actually start with our nose. And we're going to find about the middle of our paper. That's always a really good place to start. It kind of gives us a good center point. So find the middle of your paper, and you're going to go down a little bit, and you're just going to sketch a straight line. I'm going to move that a little bit closer so you can see. All right, I have the straight line right here in the center of my paper. And then it's going to turn into kind of like a rounded triangle. So I'm going to curve the edges and go down and make my little adorable nose right here. And that's kind of the beginning of my bunny. Okay, so I have my nose, and then I want to go ahead and go backwards. And I'll push this back a little bit, and I'm going to draw my feet. And I want to start again. I'm going to find the middle of my paper. I'm going to go all the way down to about the bottom, and I want to make two hill shapes that kind of touch each other. And it's okay if they're not even, we can always fix that later. So I have two hill shapes. So these are my bunny's feet. I have my bunny's nose. And now I'm going to go up from the edge of one of my feet, and I'm going to make a circle or oval shape and come down. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle. If it takes you a couple times to get it the way you want it to look, that's okay. It takes me a few times too. And now I have the shape of my bunny's head. Now, sometimes that can be a little bit challenging. So if you have a paper plate or a bowl you want to trace for your bunny's head, that's a great option as well. All right, so we have our feet, we have the base of our head and our nose. We're going to do two little curves, 1, 2 on each foot in the center of our foot. 1, 2, they're like parentheses. And then we're going to make some ears. All right, we're going to make our ears. And we're just going to start kind of narrow, so not very wide, and then it will get a little bit wider as we go up. And it's okay if our ears come off the paper. So I'm going to go up, and I'm going to go out, up and out. So my bunny ear is coming off the paper. Again, I'm going to start narrow, and again, up and out. So both of my bunny ears are coming off of the paper. Now, I could have made my bunny's head a little bit smaller, so my ears would be bigger, but it's okay. Whatever works. You can do this more than once. So now that you have that shape, you want to go ahead and follow the inside of the shape of your ear, because that's where we're going to have the pink part of our ear. Or you can decide to do it whatever color you want. Typically, I'm going to just do pink. So it looks kind of pink, maybe. So we're doing pretty good, pretty fast, quick little class. So now we're going to go back to the face. We have our nose here. We're going to do a line. And then we're going to make a W smile. Do some little whisker freckles here. Think about where we're going to be putting our whiskers. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And then we want to move up to our eyes. And so if this is the center of our face, we want to do one eye right here and another eye right here. And if you have a special way of making eyes, go ahead and make your eyes the special way that you like to make them. There's no right or wrong way to make your bunny's eyes today. I am going to add some eyelashes here just for fun and 2 little curves above my eyes for a little bit of character. Now that's pretty much it. So then what I want to do is I want to go ahead and go over all the lines I want to keep with my permanent marker. I want to go over those circles that I made. That's going to be the light in my bunny's eyes, kind of give it that living personality feel. Little eyebrows. I don't actually think bunnies have eyebrows. Maybe they do, but this one certainly does. So I'm going to go ahead and color in my eyes here. Then I've got one adorable eye, and then over to the next one. You'll notice the bigger piece is at the top and the little dot is at the bottom, and they're somewhat diagonal to each other. Just captures the light in the eye. That's more the pupil, and then the light makes your bunny go from very flat looking to being more dimensional. So it can be your own little character. You could even write a little story to go along with your bunny today if you want. So pretty simple there. I have my nose now. I'm going to also give my bunny nose a little bit of light here. I'm going to come up here and just draw this oval right there so I have some light. I'm going to come over here with my whisker freckles. And then, without thinking too much into it, just take that whisker line, go over it. My little mouth that has that W smile. And I actually went over this a couple times just to make it a little bit thicker, so I might do that again. Makes it just pop off the bunny's face a little bit. And today I'm doing a white rabbit, so I'm not actually going to be painting my rabbit. Now, if you wanted to do that, you would definitely want to make sure any of the color that you're using inside of your face or your ears is with a crayon or a waterproof marker, like an alcohol marker or a Sharpie. And then that way, any of your elements that you created will be nice and safe. Okay, so I'm going to pull this out, move this down a little bit. Now I want to go over my hill-shaped feet that I created. Go over those parenthesis little paw pads here, little foot pads. They have really adorable feet. If you've ever seen a bunny in real life, they have really cute feet. And then I need to just go over my head shape right here, and then I will go over everything with an eraser and give everything a nice eraser bath, clean it all up. Notice how I skipped those ear shapes? That's because I want to make it look like it's coming out of the head and not separated. If you accidentally go over it, no big deal. I'm going to just go around the outline of it though today. So it looks like I have my bunnies kind of not separate from its ears, but the ears are part of it. But like I said, if you accidentally do that, that's okay too. It's still going to look beautiful. Easy peasy, look at that. You now have a super cute little bunny. Now you can take your eraser and just give your bunny a little eraser bath. For the sake of time, I'm not going to do that today. I'm just going to walk you through the rest of this. I'm going to go ahead and color in my nose here. I'm going to leave that little bit of light in my nose white, so it captures the light and has that little reflection again, giving our bunny more of a character instead of looking too flat. And then I had those little polka dots in the background, so I'm just gonna make a couple of polka dots here in my background. And again, these are alcohol markers. I really enjoy these, and Sharpies. Permanent markers are one of my favorite art tools. They're so versatile, and you can do lots of different things with them. And you can make your polka dots bigger, small, tiny, however you want it to be. You can have some of them come off the side of the page too. All right, so I have my polka dots, and then I have some painting to do. So I painted the background blue. That blue is almost gone, so I'm going to go ahead and just use this blue, and you'll notice that it's just coming down over the side. Now this paintbrush is a fan paintbrush, so I'm having kind of a hard time with it. So I'm going to change over to more of a round paintbrush and have more control over that color here. So again, when we're using watercolor, a little bit of water and more color means more vibrant color. More water means light color. It can also mean a soupy mess, so you want to be careful not to get too carried away with a watercolor. And you just gently paint around your bunny, okay? Now also when I am painting, I like to hold my paintbrush like I'm holding a pencil. It gives me control over my paintbrush, and then I feel more confident when I'm using that paintbrush. Okay, so that's also another tip for when we're painting, because sometimes when we're painting the watercolor and even acrylic, when we're using that, can get away from us. And last but not least, I'm going to come over here around the center of my bunny's head. And outline that little space. So again, this is a round paintbrush. It's not the fan paintbrush I started with, which was kind of silly. And this one is kind of shaped more like a pencil, so it gives me a lot of control of where I'm putting my paint today. And then the final thing I want to do is go ahead and paint in my adorable little ears. So I've got some pink here. I'm going to just go ahead and paint in my ear shape, the center of my ear. There we go. There is a happy little Easter bunny for you, a quick craft art project to do on a snowy day where I'm at. So I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.